Hi, and welcome to my new podcast, Morning After Spill. My name is Sarah. My Instagram name is Sarah St. Louis. No, that is not my real name. My real name is Sarah Barnard, but I find that is just way too many A's and R's consecutively in a row, and I don't like it. I don't like the way it sounds. I don't want that to be my last name. Hopefully one day eventually someone will marry me. We don't that is like super hopefully, but yeah, so I use my stage name as Sarah St. Louis because I like it better. And if you don't like that, then don't make your last name St. Louis. So this podcast is called Morning After Spill. Basically, because it's like a play on words with the morning after pill. If you don't know what the morning after pill is, then you're definitely a prude, or like, I don't know, you've never had to buy it for your friends. That was like the shit that we always had to do. Like, for some reason, it's like way less embarrassing to buy the morning after pill when it's not for you, even though the people at the fucking pharmacy or whatever, they don't give a shit who it's for, like, at all. But like, you feel kind of like you're like laughing, you think it's funny when you buy it for someone else, because like in your mind you're like this isn't even for me. I didn't even get fucked last night and still buying this pill. Yeah, that's always awkward. It's always awkward when you have to ask someone to like buy it for you. Like, I would never do that. I would just like pretend like it's all good, like be like, no, yeah, I don't know. I also should have never even had to take the morning after pill. I was like on regular birth control way before I ever started having sex. But I have really bad anxiety. So like when I was, 18 and 19, when I finally lost my virginity, every time I had sex, I was like, yep, this is it. This is it. I'm getting pregnant. He wore a condom and pulled out, and I'm definitely getting pregnant. But no, and then, the spill is just like spilling the tea. So that's what this is. This is just a podcast to just, I don't know, talk about random shit that I feel like talking about, especially now that I'm in quarantine and I like literally can't see any of my friends. But today is Easter Sunday, which, normally I gather with my family and I'm just kidding. We don't really do shit for Easter Sunday. We used to go to church. When I was a kid, we went to church, and I was raised in a household where my mom was religious and my dad was not, like, at all. So like pretty much by the age of 10, like me, my brother, my mom would like be forced to go to church, and then my dad would just stay home because he was like, this is not for me, this is for you guys. But we eventually started getting pissed, and we'd be like, no, like, I'm not going, Dad doesn't have to go. And I sang in the choir at our church, and it would always be like the hugest fight with my mom because like we'd have to get dressed up, but I had to wear robes every time I went. So I'd be like, why the fuck am I dressing up to go to church when I'm just gonna be covered in a robe anyway? And I'd like go and change into jeans like in the bathroom before we had to go out and sing, and my mom would like see my little feet walk by and see that I was wearing jeans, and I could just see like the anger just like sink in on her face. I would like know that by the time that was over that we were going to talk about how jeans are not supposed to be worn in church. But I hope you guys all got Easter baskets. We got, like, do you guys remember those Blockbuster popcorn buckets that you got like at Blockbuster, and they like had like, I don't know, fucking Milk Duds and shit in them, and it'd be like the actual bowl with like Milk Duds, whatever, Reese's, whatever candy you wanted, and then like my mom would always like pick out a movie and put a movie in there first. For me, it was always Harry Potter. I don't know what my brother fucking got because I never cared because I was getting Harry Potters. And then when Harry Potter was done, I got some Twilights. But that was like our Easter thing, is we'd like pop the popcorn and watch our movies, and I liked that. But one year I just talked to my mom about this day. She like is convinced that it isn't true, but I confirmed with my brother. One year, my mom got us like little baby rabbit furs that were like essentially a skinned rabbit that she decided was a good idea to put in our Easter basket. It's like, happy Easter, kids. Here's here's a skinned Easter bunny. Like, what the fuck was she thinking? And the ears, okay, this was the creepiest, most fucked up part. The ears and the feet were still attached. It was like no insides. You could see like where the little eyes had been like cut out. Ears, little white fluff, a white fluff bunny tail, and all 4 feet were attached. And I was talking to her today, and I was like, why the fuck? Why was that, like, of all holidays, my birthday even, send me like a weird gift for sure, but beyond weird gift on Easter. Because I wake up and I'm like thinking a little bunny hopped through my house and left me a fucking basket. And then I come to find out that my mom skinned that bunny and left it for me in the basket with my candy and popcorn. She won't admit it. She won't admit it. She was like, no, there's no way. But Michael was like, yes, she definitely did that. And then she was like, well, if I did give it to you, it was only because I thought it was soft. You gave me a dead rabbit because you thought it was soft on Easter? You know what else is soft? Blankets. I don't know, pillows. Stuffed rabbit stuffed animals. Those are fucking soft. You could have given me. I did get a lot of rabbit stuffed animals though. I won't complain. I won't complain about my gifts, but that's a fucking odd gift to give to someone on Easter. Easter's a funny holiday. Is Easter when he's risen? Or is Easter his birthday? Jesus's birthday. I should know this. I was confirmed. I was obviously way more concerned with I don't know, other shit than learning about Jesus in confirmation class. Huh. I'm gonna have to Google that later so that I don't sound like a dumbass again, even though I sound like a dumbass right now. I think it's when he's risen, right? Christ is risen on Easter Sunday? Yeah. I'm sticking with that. He's risen. He's risen for sure. It was also, I wrote this down. So it was also the other day, National Siblings Day, which who knows if that's actually a national holiday, but people are they feed into it because they can post on Instagram pictures of them and their siblings. I get it. That's cute. Having siblings is fun and you want to boast about them because they're fun to have. I have a sibling. I love my sibling. But what I noticed was there was an alarming amount of photos of siblings, like brother, sister usually, where you're too close for comfort. In my personal opinion. I mean, I don't know. I think that there's it has to be formulated perfectly. If you have a really, really young sibling and you're close to them, kissing them on the cheek, whatever, that's cute because they're babies. You're probably helping raise them. You're practically raising them. But if your sibling's close to your age, I think that there's some barriers that you shouldn't cross. I saw this one picture, this girl, this sister sitting on this brother's lap. First of all, little weird, but sometimes it's cramped. You have to find somewhere to sit. But his arm is wrapped around her and then placed on her inner thigh. I don't want to say it, but I'll say it. Seems a little incesty. I don't know. Seems a little weird. I don't know. I don't know their relationship. Maybe that's their relationship. But if I think about it, if I had a boyfriend whose sister was sitting on their lap and his hand was coming within centimeters of her lady area, I would feel jealous, but weird. Because I can't be jealous because that's his sister. And I'll seem crazy if I get weird about that, but that's weird. But you can't say that. That's so weird. That's so weird, though. You don't want to, I take pictures with my brother, and if his hand, his hand is like on my shoulder or on my head. Like it doesn't go any lower than that. And like, I don't know. I think that's a little odd. But, you know, I could just be fucking talking shit because I'm talking shit. I don't know. Oh, another one is like, don't take like prom pictures with your sibling. Like, don't have them behind you, dick all pressed up against your butt, and then you're just holding hands in the front. It's weird. It's pretty weird. Ugh, quarantine fucking sucks. You know what else is risky? And I'm doing it right now. Drinking in quarantine. It's a risky game to play because you're lonely and your only drinking buddy is your phone, which has access to everyone that you might not need to contact. And I'm not only talking about like ex-boyfriends or whatever. I'm talking about like anybody that you shouldn't be talking to, that for whatever reason, you're drunk, you're alone, you're bored, you're looking at your phone, you're thinking, I wish I had someone to like hang out with, but all I have is this phone. And you start scrolling and you're like, I'm about to reach out. I've had conversations with people I went to elementary school. That's a good one though. That's a good one because I miss those people. But like, there are some people that I like are not in my life anymore that I should not be reaching out to. There are good ones though. Like if you're like just chilling and you're quarantined and you're thinking, hey, I wonder how Billy Bob is from first grade, and you want to check on him, then check on him. But I mean, like, you shouldn't actually, I don't know. This shit is so hard because like a part of me wants to be like, you shouldn't reach out to your ex, but then part of me is like, why not? I mean, sometimes it's kind of fun. Sometimes it's kind of fun to like reopen your little toxic adventure you once had and fuck around a little bit. I don't do that because I don't drink alone that much. This is like, I drank with my friends the other night from 6 feet apart, but I haven't drank alone in quarantine. Mainly because, like, I don't know. I know I'll do dumb shit. I always do dumb shit when I'm drunk. That's like really when I do my most dumb stuff. And I think everyone can agree. Like, all your inhibition just goes out the window. And you think that whatever you're doing is fine. Like, the worst thing ever is waking up in the morning after being out all night and you don't even want to look. You delete conversations with people before you even read them. Because you're like, bruh, if I really even said anything to this person, I don't want to think about it. And I've done some dumb fucking shit. I've sent some dumb shit. So one of the whatever, what do you fucking call it? I'm sounding like a dumbass again. One of the segments of this podcast that I want to do, because I want people to feel better about it. I want people to feel like they're not alone in being stupid as shit, because I have been the most stupid as shit ever. But is to read some of the drunk texts that you've sent to people or that you have received, so that we all can feel a little less dumb about sending them. I sent this text one time, and I don't even have to go get it because this shit is burned into my memory. Like, I can't even tell you. I won't even see my friends for a month, and they'll just text me this text. So there was this guy that I met, and I was like, oh, this is my soulmate. He wasn't, obviously. I literally don't know where he resides, don't have his number, don't anything. Anyway, we had like texted before, but then not. And then like 2 or 3 months goes past. I haven't heard from him or even really thought about this guy. But for some reason, I'm drunk and I'm thinking, you know who I should text? This dude. I'm not going to say his name. He won't listen. I'm just not going to say his name. But so at like 3:30 a.m., I send this text and all it says is, hey, period. You've been heavy on my mind lately. Send. This is not to mention that when we first stopped talking, oh, I almost spilled. When we first stopped talking, I sent this dude like a 3-page message about how like maybe one day he'll work out. Like, no response. It didn't even deliver. Whatever that means, I'm blocked. For no reason whatsoever. In my mind, I'm blocked. But yeah, don't do that shit, dude. Because I will wake up out of nightmares just like, you're heavy on my mind lately. Like, the fuck? Why would I send that? Why would I send that after like, obviously being blocked? But like, you know how you get, like, when you get crazy and you're like, no, his phone must be a glitch. It'll stop. I hate when like my dumbass self like talks me out of situations that are so black and white. When you're like, oh, this dude definitely doesn't like me at all, and you're like, but maybe. You like see through all the red flags, and you're like, I don't know. Maybe it's just like, maybe I can change him. You can't. All right. I mean, maybe you can. I have never been successful. I've never even really tried. And this is shit that I've all been thinking about, like, during quarantine when I have far too much time on my hands. I have been asking myself questions about me. Like, why am I the way that I am? I don't want to know why I am the way that I am. That's why I have a therapist. I pay someone to tell me why I do the things I do so that I can actively continue to do them and just be like, nah, she's wrong. And then maybe one day I'll figure it out. But I hate these questions. Why am I the way that I am? I don't fucking know. I noticed the other day that I've had toenail polish on my toes for the duration of 3 relationships. So I've had this nail polish on since like summer, and it's barely hanging on. It's hanging on by like a thread. It's like at the tip of my toe at this point. But when you realize something like that, you start to ask yourself questions. Like, is there something wrong with these boys? Or is there something wrong with me? Or is it just the nail polish? I mean, it's probably me, but I'm going to blame the nail polish. What fucking type of nail polish lasts upwards of 9 months? That's fucking insane. Are they painting the rockets that go to space with this nail polish? I shit you not. It hasn't even shipped. It's not gel or anything. This is normal Walgreens bought. Pretty sure it's EOS. If you're a girl and you put EOS toenail polish on and it hasn't even fucking left my toe yet. I know toenails grow slow. I didn't know they grew this slow. I also didn't know it would be physically possible for a nail polish to stay permanently attached to your toe until it grows out. That is crazy. That's crazy. It's definitely me. It's not the toenail polish, but holy shit. That is some Gorilla Glue mixed with, I don't know, coloring. It stayed that long. Literally. Ew. 3 boys. I guess it's 2 relationship. 3 boys. It's been on my feet. That's fucking gross. I'm gross for having it still on my feet, but it was the winter. I don't know. I remember when I was going to like the ball at at whatever, New Year's Eve, I went to a ball and I remember putting my heels on and being like, I'm gross. I should not have my toes exposed. But then I was like, who's looking at my toes? They're fugly anyway. I have really weird looking feet. Like, I have like a club toe. They're all like the same height pretty much. If you Google like Celtic feet, my feet are in there. They're fucking disgusting. They look just like miniature versions of my dad's feet. They look like hobbit feet with a club toe. Like, ew. Ugh. Whatever. We all have things that we don't like about ourselves that I literally, but you know what? Let's not talk about it. I'm trying to say positive during this quarantine, which is really hard, especially because I don't have a balcony. Like, I've been watching looking at all those pictures of the girls like in Europe and shit that just like hang their legs out of their windows. And I'm like, that'd be nice to do. But I have a weird fucking neighbor who like my window looks directly at his house. His name is Kenny. The first time I met him, he showed me the gun that was in his pocket and he asked me to clean his house. He's like, he's in his like, I don't know, late 60s, early 70s. His name is Kenny. His house is like half tarp, half siding. And I pull up into my driveway and he's just chilling in my driveway. And I live in like an apartment complex. There's like a bunch of parking spots out there. But I pull into my spot, which is like, it's the worst spot. It's right by the dumpster. But he's walking around and I get out of my car and he's like, hey, do you live here? And I'm like, yeah. Dumb. I know I'm going to get abducted one day. But then he's like, oh, I live right over there. I'm just like looking around because I want to see if there's any nails so that nobody gets flat tires. And I'm like, oh, sick. Like, thank you. That's dope. Whatever. But then he's like, yeah, my name's Kenny. Yeah, I've lived over here for like a few years. How much do you pay for rent? And I was like, weird question to ask, but I told him because I don't really give a shit. And then he's like, do you live by yourself? And I'm like, oh, no. No. Kenny has some ideas up his sleeve. So then I'm like, no, I don't live alone. I do live alone, but like, what? Like, that's fucking a weird question to ask. So I lied, of course. Duh. Always lie in those situations. And then he's like, oh, who do you live with? And I was like, my boyfriend. False. But whatever. I just wanted him to fuck off. But then I started telling him, like, my sister lives right down the street. I don't have a sister, and she doesn't live down the street if I did. But he then is like, yeah, I'm kind of like neighborhood watch. And when he says I'm neighborhood watch, he like sticks his hand in his pocket and pulls out a Glock. And I was like, neat. I don't know what to say when people pull out guns in front of me. I'm one of those people, guns make me fucking uncomfortable as shit. Like, I don't want a gun, or like, they're cool, I guess. Like, I like the way that they look. They're neat, but I don't want one by me at all. Not a chance. My dad managed Bush Wildlife Rifle Range. I hated it. I'm like, I don't want guns. Bow and arrows are tight. Bow and arrows are cool. I'd probably be more likely to sleep with a bow and arrow under my bed than a gun. Because I know myself. I'm stupid. I would like come home and I'd be like, ooh, look it's my gun. I'd try to like take a selfie and like shoot my nose off. Like, no. I don't want them anywhere near me. Like, at all. But yeah, so I can't fucking hang my legs out the window because Kenny spends 90% of his time in a white lawn chair on his driveway. His house looks like there has got to be like something weird is going on in that house. I was like staring out the window like really early one morning and I was like, I'm gonna break into Kenny's house because I know now that I've had all this time on my hands, and a lot of that time I spend just peeking out this window. Kenny takes 3 walks a day. He walks around the block 3 times. He's gone for about 15 minutes every time. I want to see what's in that fucking house. Probably a lot of fucking guns, so I definitely should not, but like, I'm scared. Like, what if it's like some Disturbia shit? He's got somebody trapped in the basement. I need to find out, bro. Like, I need to investigate Kenny's house. I did some investigating in like one of my friend's neighbor's garages one time. We were young kids. We were just fucking around, and we knew that his neighbors were weird. So we were like, let's go take a look. And we went into her garage, and she had, and I'm not even, this is like, I wish I could make this up, boxes upon boxes of just orange crayons. What? What type of psychopath has boxes filled to the fucking brim with orange crayons? Why orange? I almost spilled again. Why orange? Why orange crayons? Who even like still uses crayons? It used to piss me off when people called them crayons. They're crayons. But that's the type of, that's one of those things that you uncover something, and like that happened, like it had to have been 12 years ago, and I still think about it. There's some things that should just be left unknown, and finding that lady's crayons is one of them. Because it still haunts me. And I wonder if it still haunts them. I'm about to text them after this and be like, do you guys remember that lady that lived next door to you that had all the crayons? And I bet you they fucking say yes. Oh, man. It's hard to talk to yourself for 30 minutes. I hope you guys are taking care of yourself. You know, I don't know, doing face masks. I've been having, like, really bad acne for some reason since all this. It's probably stress, actually, now that I think about it. Because I'm stressed that I don't have a job. But I'll get it back. No problem. I'll have it back as soon as this shit is over. We'll be back in business. But I hope you're taking care of yourself. I hope you're, I don't know, showering regularly. Don't forget to brush your teeth because that shit's gross. And floss. People have bad breath because they don't floss, not because they don't brush their teeth. Floss. Do face masks, do hair masks. Drink water. Be sure to drink water. Get some sunlight. Masturbate. Like, honestly though, so you don't do the stupid shit that you want to do with your phone. You gotta masturbate. You gotta be able to take care of yourself, so you're not sitting at home alone drinking and thinking, I wish that I could have an orgasm. Like, you can. Like, have one by yourself. Learn yourself. Be good to yourself first, and then the right people will come along. Dude, one time I asked my mom if she ever masturbated, and this is what this bitch told me. She said, I've never been so desperate that I had to masturbate. And I was like, oh, you've never been so desperate that you had to masturbate. Homegirl just knew where she could get it and went and got it. She's gonna be so pissed if she listens to this, bro. She's definitely gonna listen to it. Mama, I'm sorry, but yeah, this quarantine shit sucks, but it is necessary. I really believe that. I think that if we just all chill, and you know, if you don't have a pet, just grow your pubes out really long and pet that. Just pretend you got a pussycat. Oh my god, I fucking hate myself sometimes. I mean, that works. Or your leg hair. Or, I don't know, get one of those for real friends. Do you guys remember those? Those cats that would, like, meow and lap up milk? Yeah, get you a fur real friend. I had one. He looked just like my cat Biscuit, so I named him Biscuit Squared, B2. And I wish I still had that, because I'd be fucking living it up. I'm, like, a day away from getting a pet or something. I really want ducks, but you gotta buy more than one. You gotta buy them in twos or they get depressed, which, like, I get that. I live in a 1-bedroom apartment. It's 700 square feet. I get being alone and being depressed. So I wouldn't do that to a cute little duckling. But I just want him until he's, like, old enough to thrive on his own. But that is going to be my time. And I hope you liked it. And I promise that I'll get better at doing this shit, because I'm feeling a little awkward right now. But, you know, happy quarantine and happy Easter, guys. I really hope I get some listeners eventually.